Hello there guys, and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be reviewing a scary pre-workout called Ferocious by Renegade Labs, sent kindly down to us by SK2 Nutrition. So thank you guys for sending it down. But as you know, we're going to be covering the taste, the price, the label and the effects, and working out if it's the next pre-workout you might want to pick up. Now straight off the bat, it's one of these scary illicit underground type ones, so if you're in the market for that type of thing, it might scratch that itch, you know, but of course it's all going to come down to those effects, which we'll eventually get into. But if you do like our videos and you watch them a lot but you haven't subscribed, now's the time to hit the sub button, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our uploads, and please do hit like on the video because it does help us out. Let's get into this review. Okay, taste and mixability, the least important segment, but we like to cover it anyway, as we always say. So yeah, we've got the pleasure of trying Brutal Bomb Pop. So I will just warn you guys, I have obviously weighed the scoop due to the nature of the pre-workout. We weigh all of our scoops, but particularly important with these kind of ones. 9.8 gram serving amount. So if you do a flat scoop with the scoop that's provided in the tub, you're actually going to get 13 to 14 grams. So it's one of those ones where you could be easily overdosing, you know, not just for the fact you'll be getting through the servings quicker, but also the fact that you're going to be taking way more stimulants than you're intended to, based on the label anyway, which we all know could be a bit with these types of pre-workouts, but you have to draw the line somewhere. So actually, to get the 9.8 gram serving amount, you have to come in at more like a 3/4 scoop. So anyway, it's one of those scary looking ones that's kind of translucent in the glass. It looks menacing, you know, generally these looking ones pack a punch, in our experience anyway. Of course, it's not always the case. Anyway, mixability, not too bad. It is only a small scoop, so there's only a little bit of sediment, so better than average mixability. But let's see how it tastes. Obviously, I've had it once before, but let's give it another go on camera. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. There is a bit of weirdness to it, like almost spiciness on the background, but yeah, it's a good bomb pop as they go. A nice sweet bomb pop. I'll get one more sip, I'll give you a score out of 10. One of the better bomb pops as they go, but not incredible either. I would be happy to give this an 8 out of 10, like genuinely. It's good, it's just not incredible. You won't struggle, especially when we look at the label. You know, it's got some funny little bits and pieces in there. So if it tastes good and it's that type of pre-workout, we're not going to moan too much, because most people will just neck it and get down the gym. But there you have it. Not a bad tasting pre. Let's get into the price segment. Okay, so as I mentioned, we've got SK2 Nutrition to thank for sending this pre-workout down. Unfortunately, their official website is down at the moment, but it will be up and running again in a few weeks. So if you want to pick it up, you'll simply DM their Instagram page, SK2_nutrition, where you can use our discount code RB23, which you'll also have to DM them if you want to use that. You can save 20% and pick up this 30 serving tub for $39.99. And when you break that down into the servings, it comes to $1.33 per the serving. And when you convert it over into pounds, it comes to £1.05p a serving. And when you then put it on our consistent price scale that measures how expensive pre-workouts are from across the world, where a 5 out of 10 is seen as bang average, this comes in at an 8 out of 10. So it's actually priced way better than your typical pre-workout on the market as today, using that discount code, of course. So it's a very well priced pre-workout, but what are we getting for that money? Is it worth picking up in the first place? Let's dive into the label and effects to determine that. Right, let's go through the ingredients label of Ferocious pre-workout. And with a name like that and a cover photo like that, we're expecting scary things. And on first glance at a label, it doesn't appear to be disappointing, but let's go through it together. So 9.8 grams serving amount, typically see about 15 grams as an average today, but you know, it's kind of neither here nor there when we're talking about these underground crazy blow your socks off ones, because size doesn't always equal power, does it? In fact, it's quite the opposite, we might find sometimes. But you know, if you're looking at that sort of thing and you are someone that weighs that up in terms of like bang for buck and whatnot, and what you're getting for your money, then you might be bothered by that. But anyway, let's go through it together, because I digress. So L-citrulline, 4 grams, which is the lowest amount most people would take. Most people do prefer 6 grams plus though, but it's an amino acid. It's going to help to bump up nitric oxide levels in the bloodstream, leading to increased blood flow and pump. And considering it's a stimmy pre, you know, not really about pump, we'll take that. We'll take what we can get. Then we've got beta-alanine at 1600 milligrams. We normally like to see 3.2 grams, so we've got half that amount here. So it's going to be up for debate whether you get the itchy tingly sensation or not. Obviously we'll let you know in the effects section. But it's put in pre-workouts because it does help with endurance when it builds up in your system and helps to buffer lactic acid. Then we've got taurine at 1 gram, which is the typical dose we see. It's a jack of all trades amino. It's going to help with hydration, it's going to help with mental focus, and it's going to help with energy production in the body. Then we've got pine bark extract, 500 milligrams, which is an antioxidant, so it's going to have anti-inflammation benefits, general health benefits, nothing super specific or crazy to a pre-workout as such, but it'll make you laugh when you know when we get through the label. They're using healthy ingredients. It's kind of yeah, it's kind of funny, but we'll get to that. Then we've got N-acetyl-L-tyrosine, 500 milligrams. You normally like to see just the standard form of L-tyrosine, as it's been proven in studies to be more effective and actually utilised by the body, but hey ho, we've got N-acetyl version here at 500 milligrams. Normally like to see 1 gram, so it will still have some effect, but it's going to help with mood boosting and focus benefits. Caffeine anhydrous, 350 milligrams, roughly what you typically see in pre-workouts these days, to be fair, about 3.5 cups worth of coffee. Yes, the main stimulant, it's the main backbone to get things moving. It's going to wake your ass up. Then we've got Rhodiola rosea at 200 milligrams, which is an anti-stress, anti-anxiety, chill you out, mood boosting type ingredient. So again, should be funny to see how that ties in with the other bits and pieces. And then we move down to the star of the show, the 1,3-dimethylamine, which is DMAA, guys, at 120 milligrams. Holy cow. Whew. Bearing in mind it was only in Jack 3D, what was it, like 30 milligrams? So you will not be questioning, you know, if this really is in here at this dose, you will not be questioning, can I feel this pre-workout or not? Not only will you feel it, it should blow your ass to the moon and back. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it comes together. Obviously it's a black area banned ingredient. It shouldn't even be in supplements, but they've somehow got it in here, allegedly. Obviously we'll be the judge of that in the effects section. But anyway, it should increase your level of drive and energy, euphoria, you know, almost a floaty kind of super dialed in focus. You know, basically you'll know that something illicit is in your system. So yeah, we'll move on to that in the effects. Then we've got Hordenine HCl, 50 milligrams, a fat burning type ingredient, but it does also have some focus benefits in the system as well, as it ties in with the other nootropics to increase their effectiveness over time, or extend their effectiveness, should I say. Then we've got GABA, which is 60 milligrams. Always think of dark energy when I see this ingredient, especially when it's paired with DMAA. It's normally in sleep aids, as it's meant to relax you, calm you down, chill you out, put you in a fuzzy kind of mood. Not really in a gym, kill the weights kind of mood, but we would like to hope that the stimulants overpower these relaxy kind of ingredients. But I think they're using GABA and Rhodiola rosea as a replacement to L-theanine, in the sense of they're trying to take the edge off some of the harsh stimulants in here and tunnel it into more of a friendly kind of like focused, happy kind of vibe. But we'll see how it all ties in, won't we? Huperzine A, 1%, 300 micrograms, good dose. It's going to help with memory, focus, concentration, tie in with the other nootropics and stimulants, and it should all come together to form a package of ultimate ferociousness. That's what we hope for anyway. There's no digestive aid, so will that hold it back? We'll find out in the effects section. Let's get into it right now. Okay, let's get into the effects of Ferocious pre-workout in the couple of times I've used it. And on the side, this is what it says. Ferocious, characterised by aggression and determination. It's a trait that separates predator from prey. A simplistic yet effective formula that touches all bases. Power, explosiveness, energy and focus. Play by the rules, but always be ferocious. That kind of rhyme. But yeah, so let's talk about it from the start. So let's talk about the effects, or lack thereof, at least to start with the beta-alanine. It's in here at 1.6 grams, so I didn't really feel it. No, not even mildly. So 0 out of 10 on the tingle scale. You wouldn't even really know it's in there, to be totally honest with you guys. And because this is a DMAA pre-workout, I thought I'll give it the benefit of doubt. You know, on both occasions I've used it, I gave it a good 45 minutes to an hour to kick in before I even done anything. So I gave it all the time in the world to settle into my system and come in with full force. And did it really ever do that? The answer is no. It's in here at 120 milligrams of DMAA, so like I mentioned in the label, you're not going to be questioning if it's in there at that dose, if it is in there at that dose. To me, this honestly was a bit of a letdown. In fact, I would say buy this if you like pre-workouts that put you in a bad mood, because That's what this did for me, because I was constantly waiting for something to come in. I was waiting for it to hit that high that the label promised us, but it just never really came in. It felt like I got some energy from it, I'm not going to lie, like the caffeine I could feel. But beyond that, there was something mildly illicit to it. Like I felt a bit weird and scrambled. So actually the opposite to focus, ironically. Where I knew that it wasn't just caffeine alone, but it definitely was not any strain of DMAA, at least not that I'm aware of. So yeah, it is sad to see. It's a sad state of affairs. But I do hope that the other pre-workout, God Mode, comes in better, because that one does have DMHA and DMAA, so fingers crossed at the very least maybe they've got DMHA in that one.
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
Not used that yet. But yeah, this one unfortunately was a dud. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe there's other tubs that work. Maybe I got unlucky with this tub. It's the luck of the draw when you go with these underground dodgy ones, isn't it? Sometimes they work for some people, sometimes they don't work for others. Maybe if I'd just thrown in a heap scoop and not paid attention to weighing it, then maybe I'd have felt it stronger, because I'd be taking more of all the stimulants. But at the serving amount that's suggested on here, pretty much no pump, pretty much no beta-alanine, average energy, and focus was actually a negative, because it made me feel more scrambled than focused, in terms of like, I was angry because the pre-workout wasn't kicking in as like it should have been, so I was like, oh, a bit let down, but also like my mind was just focusing on everything apart from the training session. So it was just, yeah, it didn't come in good for me, guys. And if anything, I'd go as far as to say it might have even taken away from the sessions that I used it. Probably because of that false sort of hope that I had from the label. So I just was rubbed the wrong way, should we say. So yeah, unfortunately, I will have to say, avoid this one. I couldn't really recommend it to anyone, you know, not even just based on the effects, but also the fact that they're clearly lying on the label. Because if there was even DMAA in here at 30 milligrams or 10 milligrams, you'd feel it, let alone 120. So there's just no chance. There is just zero chance that it's in there at that. But like I mentioned, I feel like something is in here, something illicit to some degree, but I just don't know what it is. But whatever it is doesn't translate into a focused, decent gym session, I can tell you that much. But I'd be curious to know what you guys think of it, if any of you guys have used it. And like I say, hopefully their other one, God Mode, does actually come in good, because that does sound cool. And that's perhaps the more hyped one of the two. But, you know, it's not looking good so far. If this one isn't working, then it wouldn't be a stretch to assume the other one won't either. But we'll keep an honest, open mind, as we always do. But yeah, thank you SK2 Nutrition for sending it down. Sorry that it wasn't a positive review, but as you guys know, we always have to keep it honest on the channel, and this one just was not it. But yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbled on this occasion. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching as always. Like I mentioned before, let us know your thoughts on this if you've used it. Is there anything else you want to see us review on the channel? Let us know. And as always, stay stimmed. Just not on this one.